All right. Hey again, everyone. Channel Features Editorial Director Craig Galbraith here. Time for another edition of Channel Features TV. Today, it's my pleasure to talk with David Yang. David is Senior Director of Support and Services at Exclusive Networks. David, how are you?
Great. Thank you. Nice to meet you, folks.
You as well. Glad to have you on the show. So, David, we're going to talk about Exclusive Networks' close relationship with Fortinet, but in particular on AI ops today. And I think this is maybe a term that might be familiar to some in our channel partner audience, or it might not be. Just maybe you start off by telling us, what is AI ops?
Okay. Yeah. So actually, before I talk about AI ops, I want to give you everyone else understanding why is there an AI ops, right? If you don't mind. So I think most important thing is throughout all the years when there's an internet boom and people all strangling around, try to get hands hold of the web browsing, cloud infrastructure, all those kind of things, right? All the applications running. However, when we run into that, we also try to kind of fix the infrastructure that we have, try to see if we can adapt to the modern industry, that whatever the most usable technology we can get. So there's a legacy system, there's a modern system, and it becomes more like a kind of a spot product. So we call it point product. So if you look at what I said, because I need to increase my network capability, so I find a product that's suitable at that time. In the moment, I deploy it. And then later on, I found another one, deploy. So there's a lot of patches happening around, right? So as a IT veteran for over 30 years, we see that kind of an implementation deployment all over the place. So people always have the issue, I should say, that try to understand what's going on in my network, right? Hence, there's also try to understand what's going on with my securities. Now, we have two things we need to tackle. And many times we found out that I can get this information, but this information cannot correlate the other information. So we try to deploy another kind of a more like a pane glass kind of a solution that understand what's going on together. Now we have a multiple product, and we think the best time is having all those information collect. But at the moment, we found out that's not true, because because of COVID, we have remote users. Now because mobile network, cellular network, 4G, 5G become very popular. So we have all those different pockets of, I call it different domains of information or possible security issue or network security we couldn't recognize. So at the moment, right now we have AI. So AI basically based on the data lake, right? So all the collected information come together, so we can find a way to truly understand what's going on around the whole network infrastructure, right? So for the network challenges, now we all know there's a hardware challenges. There's a wire, there's a Wi-Fi, 4G, 5G, and there's a home network, right? So then there's network challenges, and there's a security challenges. They have a remote user, they have a different department, they have different implementation, different necessary need to access their applications. So we have both sides. We have only a very limited amount of resource to understand what's going on, try to resolve the issue if there's anything happen. And a lot of time, it's a hidden issue, upcoming issue, we couldn't get a response fast enough. That's also skill set of resources that we don't have.
All right, so that is some great examples of why we need AI ops, and you described a little bit. So let's talk about Fortinet here. What is Forti AI ops?
Great question. So as we understand, AI ops will basically try to have a visibility of the whole network. That's what we want to have, right? The whole visibility of network. And then when we have the visibility, we can spot what's going on with the network and try to see if we can troubleshoot. Even better with the AI ML, then we can get some recommendations, say how to fix it. So there could be a pattern of information issue happen along the way. Then there's a recommendation. Once we have a recommendation, we can find a way, or I should say the AI can find a way to fix the problem we call self-healing, right? So there's a self-healing way we can resolve the issue. So Fortinet, actually, when we talk about AI ops, Fortinet come up with the so-called platform, security fabric. So FortiAI is one of the ingredient, a very important ingredient in part of this security fabric platform that Fortinet try to help the world. So FortiAI basically have two most important functionality, I should say. One is monitoring, like I mentioned. We need to have a visibility of the whole network, including network and security. And then there's an AI insight, so which will help us to understand the problem, get recommendation, fix the problem, and then maybe automate the process to fix the problem altogether.
All right, David. So I'm curious to hear a little bit about the team you've built there at Exclusive Networks and how you support a whole line of Fortinet products.
Great. Thank you for the question. So collectively, we have an engineering team that we have around 35 years of experience, pretty much all focused on Fortinet products or technologies, right? We have certification throughout all the engineering team. We all have certified engineer from NSC 4 all the way to NSC 7, and we're working toward NSC 8. And we have a solution engineer, which is more like a pre-sale engineer, and we have professional service engineer. They're doing all the deployment, implementation, design, architect. We also have a training services. We have a dedicated trainer to do the training for all the Fortinet products, most of Fortinet products. And for solution engineer, they will help the customer if interested in any of the Fortinet products, technology will be able to provide discussion on the technical side. We can do POC. We can also do demos if necessary, right? And professional service, we can definitely have a customer engage either with a partner or with the end user to engage. We can discuss the design, the issues, any requirement, and help for any implementation and deployments.
That is some terrific support. So finally, David, where can people learn more about working with Exclusive Networks?
Yes, feel free to contact us and at our website, as well as direct sales teams. We have an East and West sales team in Canada, and you can contact us directly. Thank you.
Easy to find it for sure. David, thanks for your time today on Channel Futures TV. Appreciate it.
Thank you very much. Take care.